In Attack on Titan, the armed forces of Paradis Island were divided into 3 divisions: the Survey Corps, the Military Police Brigade, and the Garrison. Although the army protected the people and the walls for over 100 years, it was largely corrupt, and there were many problems encountered. So as always, I'm your host Abz, and here are the military branches in Attack on Titan. Now each military division had their own leader, and they were all subordinate to the Commander-in-Chief. So firstly, we have the Military Police Brigade. They are the primary police force within human territory. They maintain order and also serve as the King's Guard. The military police are in charge of tax collection and land distribution, as well as allowing the citizens to live safely within the inner wall, with access to abundant resources. The Commander-in-Chief was Niall Dock, but although the Military Police Brigade is intended to be an elite unit made of the most skilled soldiers due to its rigorous standards, however, the reality is a lazy and corrupt system that selfishly benefits from the powers granted to it, with these powers being constantly abused and taken unnecessarily advantage of. Senior officers have been seen spending all their time gambling and drinking while leaving the recruits to do all the work. They were also responsible for the arrest and detainment of political criminals and major offenders. Now for the most part, the military police are incompetent and inexperienced, unable to handle difficult situations, and many recruits wish to go into the military police division to be within the safety of the inner walls and away from the madness of the Titans. Now the largest of the military divisions was the Garrison, and their role was to protect and maintain order within the walls, as they often have close contact with both Titans and human civilians. So they are proficient over a wide variety of tasks, such as Titan combat in defensive battles, crowd control and rifle usage. They spend most of their time preparing for attacks by Titans against the walls, so they spend a lot of time repairing and improving the walls. They must also deal with civilian evacuations, and they have emergency plans for dealing with scenarios for when the walls are breached to ensure the civilians are evacuated safely. In very special cases, the Garrison Vanguard may be rarely deployed beyond the wall, usually alongside the Survey Corps, to assist in operations of special need. They also man the cannons mounted on the walls, and these are often used for long-range Titan defences. Now since the Garrison are the largest division, their structure consists of regiments, brigades and divisions, overall with a total of 30,000 soldiers. Before the fall of Wall Maria, the quality of the troops were lazy, undisciplined and unreliable, only slightly better than the Military Police Brigade. But like the police, most joined the Garrison just to avoid working in the farms and fields, and enjoyed drinking alcohol while on duty. But ever since War Maria was abandoned, members of the Garrison had undergone radical behaviour and character changes. Garrison members had become innovative, strategic, and more disciplined than ever before. The most notable high-ranking officer of the Garrison that we often saw was Pixis, and he was the commander of the Southern Territories. He was reliable and imaginative, able to successfully motivate his subordinates to do their duty. But the military division that is at the heart of the show and manga is the Survey Corps, the division that is tasked with the outside exploration of the world beyond the walls, and therefore most actively involved in direct Titan combat, Titan study, and human expansion beyond the walls. Despite having little success, they still symbolized the hope of mankind, and were also known as the Wings of Freedom. They hoped that someday their efforts will change the world, and they will be able to recover what has been taken away from humanity. They would set up small bases, camps, and extra fortifications in available areas outside the walls, and they had the best soldiers who are the most skilled in using vertical maneuvering equipment. Now prior to the breach of Wall Maria by the Colossal Titan, they explored the land outside of the wall, but they could never get far due to the heavy casualties suffered from Titan attacks. Therefore, this branch of the military had by far the highest death rate, with many recruits being turned off by the fact that if they joined the Survey Corps, they would be unlikely to survive an expedition beyond the walls. So as a result, the Survey Corps was the smallest division, with an overall size of around 300 soldiers. Unfortunately, this branch was also in the worst position, politically and financially, despite being the best of the three branches in terms of the overall quality of its officers and enlisted soldiers. While most soldiers did not survive their first expedition, each successive expedition exponentially increased their chances of survival. The Survey Corps' most hardened veterans each had numerous Titan kills to their name, and far beyond any members of the Garrison or Military Police Brigade, so they were the most skilled soldiers in the entire military. They were led by the widely respected Commander Erwin Smith, who cared deeply for his men, but Erwin did not hesitate to sacrifice them for the good and prosperity of mankind, and his men proved more than willing to stake their lives and give their hearts for humanity. There was also the training corps of the military that dedicated to training and educating trainees to become members of the three main military branches. Now only the top 10 graduates of a training corps can apply to the Military Police Brigade, giving them the privilege of living in the inner district. The other graduates can only choose between joining the Survey Corps and the Garrison, and the symbol of the training corps is a pair of crossed swords. And then finally, we have the Yeagerists, who are a rebel faction dedicating themselves to Eren Yeager, supported by civilians and soldiers from the Paradis military. Their goal was initially to reunite Eren Yeager with his half-brother Zeke, and to create the new Eldian Empire, and ultimately assist in the activation of the Rumbling. So that, my friends, are the military branches in Attack on Titan. Drop a like if you enjoyed this lore video, subscribe for more similar content like this, and I'll leave a link at the top right of the screen if you want to watch my other lore videos as well. I'm your host Abz, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.